Now to Gulliver Cragg in Kyiv, who's in front of the courthouse where the hearing is taking place. Gulliver, what more can you tell us about the court session?
Well, the court session resumed a little over half an hour ago after a break during which Petro Poroshenko consulted with his lawyers and the former general prosecutor, his ally in there are still hundreds of Petro Poroshenko supporters, perhaps 2,000 or 3,000 gathered here in the snow in front of the courtroom, and the proceedings are being broadcast to the crowd on a big screen, though there are some difficulties with the sound, so I can't tell you exactly what the latest news is from inside the courtroom. During the break, an ally of Petro Poroshenko told Ukrainian journalists, this was reported in Ukrainian media, that they thought it was quite likely that this court session would not conclude today, but would go on for 2 or 3 days. The supporters of Petro Poroshenko here clearly believe that this is a politically motivated case, and one thing that many of them are saying is that they think it's a very bad decision of President Volodymyr Zelensky to go after his political rival at a time when he should be trying to unite the country in the face of the threats of aggression from Russia.
Gulliver, our viewers are currently seeing live images there of that court hearing. If there's political motivation behind this, what indeed is the motivation for Zelensky and his allies?
Well, Volodymyr Zelensky does seem to have a kind of personal, visceral hatred for Petro Poroshenko. But I think that he also believes that this might actually be a popular move in Ukraine. Here you're seeing supporters of Petro Poroshenko, and some of Petro Poroshenko's supporters are passionate supporters of him or passionate opponents of Volodymyr Zelensky in any case. But do remember that Volodymyr Zelensky won the presidential election in 2019 with 73% of the vote. People in Ukraine were very angry with Petro Poroshenko, partly because of the failure of reforms that he'd promised to put through, but also because of the increase in electricity and gas prices. And this treason case against him is in a way related to that, because Petro Poroshenko is accused, rightly or wrongly, of having bought cheap coal from the occupied parts of eastern Ukraine, the Donbass region controlled by Russian-backed forces, whilst putting up prices for Ukrainians of electricity, partly on the basis that they were having to import coal from other countries. And so Ukrainians are quite angry about that. And Volodymyr Zelensky, perhaps because it's a political vendetta, perhaps also because other rival oligarchs related to the former president Viktor Yanukovych, or to Igor Kolomoisky, the oligarch who's accused of supporting and bringing Volodymyr Zelensky to power, if you like, have been encouraging him to do so. But I think that Volodymyr Zelensky, rightly or wrongly, has been convinced that this is actually something that's going to play well with the wider public in Ukraine.
Gulliver Cragg reporting there from a very snowy Kyiv.